What's up, everybody? I'm meteorologist Andrea Myers, bringing you guys your daily hail forecast, sponsored as always by See-Through Group, Merlin Law Group, American Contractor, and Atlas. Go ahead and check them out in the description to this video. So we're going to recap yesterday. We had a little blip of crazy weather that happened through, actually all the way from the Midwest down into the southern plains. So we're going to look at all of that good stuff. And then getting into the last risk from that cold front in the northeast. So it is tracking there now, and as it makes its way through this afternoon, we're going to get probably a wind threat primarily, and so we're going to take a look at that. And then last but not least, the tropics and just a climate update in general, looking at the drought, looking at some rain chances, DFW. We're going to take a look at your 5cast, so we got all of that coming up here in a moment. But before we get into our weather, talking about our upcoming events here, the first of those is going to be this Saturday, OU versus UTEP, the tailgate. So we do tailgates for every OU home game, and so we're going to be at this one. This one is on, it's going to be by the Bud Wilkinson House on Jenkins Avenue, if you guys are familiar with Norman. If not, just go find all the tailgaters and you'll see us there. We got 2 radar cornhole boards, and we got the game up. We'll have free food, free beer. So it's going to be a great time. These are always so fun. So if you guys want to say hello and talk sports and weather and all that good stuff, get out there to the OU versus UTEP tailgate. Then we are going to be at the RCAT MRCA Roofing Conference. This one is at the end of September, the 27th through the 29th at the Fort Worth Convention Center. So mark your calendars and get out there to see us as well. Then into yesterday, so we got a ton of wind reports yesterday. Over 300 came in. So, you know, it was really quiet for like the last 2 weeks, and then it's like all the wind reports worth of 2 weeks came in one day here, all the way from the Midwest down into Texas. Starting out down in Oklahoma and Texas, you know, we got that scattering of wind reports all the way from Amarillo up into Springfield, as well as some pretty isolated severe hail down through that area as well. So, you know, if you guys are in Texas, New Mexico, like border area, there were a couple severe hail swaths through there, and then just a couple blips of them up through all the way into Missouri. Then the real action started once we got up into the Midwest here, from Chicago all the way into Buffalo. A band of severe storms really just started getting going and moved across southern Michigan all the way into New York, producing severe winds. We got some upwards of 70 miles an hour. So I think there was an 81 mile an hour gust that was reported with this series of storms that tracked through. So they definitely meant business as they moved through Chicago, Grand Rapids, Detroit, Cleveland, Buffalo, left quite a bit of a wind swath through that area, as well as some severe hail that should be noted as well, all the way from the Iowa, Missouri, and Illinois border up into the north and west corridor of Indiana there. So definitely a nasty little system that tracked through yesterday, and it's continuing today. It has weekend for you guys in the Northeast that are kind of eyeballing it as it comes your way. Not expected to be as intense today, but still packing a punch with those winds as they track through the area. So checking those out through the Northeast. You know, once we get that daytime heating and all that instability build up out ahead of this line, that'll help them organize themselves a little better as they track into central New York, central Pennsylvania, and Virginia. And then, you know, once they move towards the coast, they're expected to fizzle out once again. So if you guys are in the cities, New York, Boston, Portland, it is expected to weaken even more as it moves towards you guys. But the central area here of New England is expected to get some pretty harsh storms, possible damaging wind gusts into the coming hours this afternoon. So we're taking a look at all of that. Now, for humidity, you know, always that plays a factor in what we're going to get for our severe weather, and it also plays a factor in what you're going to do with your day-to-day. And so here's what we're looking at across most of the southeast. It's going to be in the, you know, very humid to humid conditions all the way through Florida and into Texas. Now, once we get up north of Kansas, Missouri, up into the Ohio Valley where that cold front sank through, then we're all good. We're in the dry conditions, maybe a little bit muggy here or there, but that's going to be pretty nice if you guys are pretty much north of Oklahoma right now. Then up into New England, that's where we're getting super humid conditions, you know, through a lot of the region, and again, that's going to help us fuel those thunderstorms. This is what we got by 5 p.m. Then it's going to continue to, you know, get a little bit muggier through the south through midnight, so just be on the lookout for that. So with these storms through New England, here they come. There they go by 2 p.m., tracking their way through the central part of the state, and really not looking like they're gaining too much intensity quite yet, but then there they go by 6 p.m., 7 p.m. Eastern, getting ready to make a run at Albany, and it's a better looking line there. You're going to see some pretty heavy thunderstorms, and again, possibly a damaging severe wind gust or two, and then we've got some more cells on the north end of that could also produce some gusty winds as they, collapse and move off to the east. So we're watching this line, and then there it goes, kind of losing intensity once it moves towards Boston and towards Portland. But, again, in the central part of the New England region, that's where it's expected to really ramp up. So here's what we got for you guys. No hail expected for today, just not a ton of instability through the area, but that low pressure system does have those strong upper level winds. So any rain that will happen through the area has the potential to bring those down to the surface, get us some severe wind gusts. So all the way from Charleston up into the northern corridor of Maine, got a low end chance of seeing some gusty winds here or there. It's better chance through central New York, like we talked about, central New York, Pennsylvania, but still low, and then even lower for the north and south ends of this risk area. But again, low chances across the board. It's going to be pretty scattered in terms of severity, but expect some loud thunderstorms for you guys through New England over the coming hours. Then into tomorrow, not really looking at much. We're kind of in between systems again, so we're just waiting it out. We've got around 10 a.m. some scattered pop-up storms forming through West Texas. None of those are really expected to go severe, but they are just going to be doing heavy rain, probably some thunder and lightning. And then 4 p.m., got another system expected through the north and eastern part of Colorado, through Nebraska. Again, same as Texas, not really expected to form much severe right now. But, that's really what we got in terms of weather for tomorrow as we wait for the next large-scale system to move through. So for now, no severe hail expected in tomorrow afternoon. Enjoy the break, because we're moving quickly into tropical season, and we got more of the fall activity expected to start. So here's what it looks like right now. There's that cold front low pressure system tracking through New England with our jet stream. As that moves off the coast, there we go into our little break period, all right? So we're in pretty much a ridging pattern, not a ton of disturbances moving through, causing large-scale severe weather. And there we are by Thursday afternoon. Now, as that continues to move eastward by Friday, we start to see a second little trough start to form through Canada. Now, dependent on how far south this can sink, we could potentially get another round of severe weather into your Labor Day weekend. So we're watching this trough through New England, but for the rest of us, it's going to be pretty quiet and pop-up storms through the few days that are left in this week and through your Labor Day weekend. So we'll keep you updated on what's going on. Here's the latest update to our drought monitor. So if you guys are in the southern plains like we are, or if you guys are in California, Nevada, that west super dry area, it's kind of stayed that way. Texas has gotten a little relief over the past few days, so hopefully we'll see these colors start to go back towards more of the yellows and tans as we move over the next coming days with all that rain. Dallas has gotten a little bit better. It moved out of that exceptional drought, but unfortunately that's due to crazy flooding through the area, so that's not really what you want either. But we're watching the drought monitor as we move through the end of summer here, see if we can get a little bit better on those conditions. Don't have great news for you on our day 6 through 10 outlook here for temperatures. Really the only area that's expected to possibly be below normal is going to be Texas and Louisiana. So we'll have your 5-cast here in a second, DFW. But for the rest of us, it's going to be hot. It's likely to be much warmer than normal, or you got a much better chance of being warmer than normal if you're in Nevada and California. So not great news for you guys if you're looking for relief from that drought. But could potentially get a little bit of rain through the southern U.S., and that'll help us out over September 4th through the 8th, so the beginning of, meteorological fall. Could get a little bit of rain through the south, but staying dry through the north and the mountain regions. So I know if you guys are in Denver, that's probably not what you want to hear, but we're just keeping you updated, filling you in as it goes. So leaving you with DFW, since that's really the only place that could get some weather over the next few days. So you got a 40% chance today of continuing to see some showers and scattered thunderstorms with a high in the upper 80s. Still staying in the upper 80s and 90s for most of the week, so really nice conditions for you guys down in Texas. Got at least a 50% chance of rain all the way through Friday, and then by Saturday things should clear out a little bit and, you know, got back to that heat, and we'll see if we can get another round of thunderstorms for the week after that. Then last but not least, leaving you with the tropical outlook. So we don't have as many storms on the horizon as we did yesterday, but the two that are left do have some moderate chances of forming potentially a tropical depression or even a named storm over the next couple of days. So for the next 2 days, this one, not a great chance of forming, 20%. You know, it's still making its way off the coast. But once it moves into the Atlantic, then we got a 40% chance of seeing formation. It's going to be short-lived if it does form into a tropical depression, because then it's going to move back into cooler waters. But, you know, a 40% chance nonetheless that it'll have a brief shot at forming a tropical depression. Then this other one, you know, 50% chance, it's already in decent conditions, 50% chance of formation over the next 2 days. Next 5 days, it's only going to get better in terms of, again, environmental conditions for this to form. So you got an 80% chance of that forming over the next 5 days. And again, you can see it trying to pull itself together. You know, you want to see if, you know, you're looking for hurricane formation, you need to see that concentrated, symmetrical area of convection here, of cloud cover, and so we're not really seeing that yet, but it's trying to pull itself together, so we'll see what it can do over the next 2 to 5 days. So keeping you guys updated on all of our tropical, severe weather, rain, weather outlooks, whatever. You guys can follow us on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Hit See First on Facebook so you never miss a live video, and hit that subscribe button on YouTube. Follow us on TikTok. Follow us everywhere. And then if you want to get in contact with us, you can call us at 855-334-4245. You can also email us if you'd rather at info@hailtrace.com, or check out our website, hailtrace.com, for more details. And for now, I'm meteorologist Andrea Myers. Thanks for watching.